Have you ever felt torn between your spiritual aspirations and your everyday habits? Or wondered whether your spiritual efforts are invalidated by actions you haven't yet mastered, like giving up meat? Welcome back to the channel. I'm truly honored you've chosen to spend time here. Today we are diving into a deeply relatable topic for many spiritual seekers: the apparent contradiction between holding a spiritual intention and not fully aligning your lifestyle to it, particularly when it comes to eating meat. The central question is this: can your chanting, prayers, and devotions still bear merit if you haven't yet overcome certain attachments? Let's begin with honesty. Many of us on the spiritual path are drawn to ideals: compassion, non-violence, purity of mind, but find it difficult to live up to those ideals at all times. Food, especially, is deeply embedded in culture, family, health, and survival. Not everyone can or will transition instantly to a vegetarian or vegan lifestyle. But does that mean all their spiritual efforts are worthless? The answer, thankfully, is no. Spiritual progress is not about perfection. It is about sincerity. It's about the direction of your heart, not the absolute consistency of your behavior. The power of prayer or chanting doesn't come from external conditions, but from internal intention. A flawed practitioner who chants with genuine yearning for truth, compassion, and liberation can produce far more merit than a perfect ascetic whose mind is filled with pride. Let's imagine a person who chants daily, not from habit, but from the depths of their heart. Their voice trembles with devotion. Their mind reaches toward the divine. They cry not because of pain, but because of overwhelming gratitude and humility. And yet, this same person still eats meat, not out of cruelty, but because they have not yet found the strength or circumstances to change. Do their prayers count? Does their chanting have power? Absolutely. The sacred texts themselves often state that what matters is the mind, that a mind fixed on compassion, a mind filled with aspiration, a mind willing to grow, that is the source of merit. Eating meat may delay certain realizations. It may conflict with the principle of non-harming, but it does not disqualify someone from the spiritual path. Now, that said, this is not an excuse to remain stagnant. The purpose of acknowledging that meat eaters can still practice is not to justify inertia, but to create a compassionate space for growth. It's to say, begin where you are, and walk forward sincerely. If you cannot give up meat, then at least eat with mindfulness. At least offer prayers for the beings whose lives have ended for your meal. At least reflect on the consequences. This too is practice. In fact, some teachers even advise those who cannot yet give up meat to perform mental offerings during meals. Visualize giving teachings to the animal whose flesh you consume. Dedicate your practice to them. Wish them release from the cycles of suffering. In this way, even a meal becomes a moment of practice, of awakening, of redemption. Let's reflect on this idea more deeply. What defines the spiritual path is not rigid purity, but radical presence. You may wear robes and chant sutras and still be arrogant, violent, or careless. You may eat meat and still possess a heart that weeps for the world. Which one is closer to enlightenment? Intent matters, context matters. What you are becoming matters more than what you currently are. But of course, the ideal remains. A heart that grows in compassion will, inevitably, seek to reduce harm. A mind that understands interdependence will, eventually, turn away from the consumption of suffering. This change does not have to come through guilt. It can come through love. There's another aspect to consider. Even if one continues to eat meat, what is the motivation behind their spiritual practice? Are they chanting to impress others, to seek material blessings, to earn spiritual punst? Or are they chanting to transform, to awaken, to purify the mind? The motivation behind the action often determines its karmic effect. a meat-eating practitioner who prays with the wish, "May I become more loving, more generous, more wise," is planting powerful seeds. Those seeds, nurtured over time, will sprout. They will one day blossom into a life of less harm, more clarity, and deeper joy. On the other hand, a vegetarian who chants for status, or power, or superiority, may be doing far less to advance their consciousness. So what does this mean for us, practically? It means do not wait to be perfect before you begin your practice. Begin where you are. Begin now. Let your chanting and meditation be honest. Let them reflect your current struggle, your actual condition. Let your imperfection be part of your offering. Say, "Yes, I still eat meat, but I pray to awaken. I pray to become more compassionate. I pray to purify the roots of violence within me." Say, "Yes, I am flawed, but I offer my flaws to the light. I offer my confusion. I offer my craving. May it be transformed." This is not weakness. This is strength. This is what true humility looks like. Because the truth is, everyone has blind spots. Everyone has attachments. What matters is the willingness to see them, the courage to face them, and the determination to evolve beyond them. Let's return to the question, does chanting while eating meat still have merit? It does if it is sincere, if it is mindful, if it moves you in the direction of truth. And perhaps, over time, that chanting will not only sanctify your meals, it will transform your habits. You may find yourself naturally drawn to more compassionate choices, not because someone shamed you, not because of guilt, but because your heart has changed, because compassion has become your compass. Because your practice has penetrated deeper than words and rituals, it has touched your being. And so, eat with gratitude, pray with intention, practice with honesty, love yourself even as you struggle, and always, always aspire toward greater alignment, greater awareness, and greater compassion. This is the real work. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found insight or comfort here, please share your reflections in the comments. Are you wrestling with this dilemma yourself? Have you found ways to balance your spiritual aspirations with everyday realities? Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell to stay connected as we continue this journey together. Until next time, remember, spiritual progress is not a straight line. It's a spiral, a dance, a gradual unfolding. Be patient, be present, and never stop walking toward the light.